Hello, thank you for tuning into my video. My name is Nicky Mustard, and I'm going to be showing you everything I have in my Tom Peterson and Gloria's 2 merchandise collection. A few days ago, I was talking to a friend, and he said, why don't you make a video of all the merch that you have? And I thought that is a really cool idea, because there's a lot of Tom Peterson merch out there, and I see stuff all the time I didn't even know existed. So I thought it would be fun to go through everything I have, just as a way of documenting what is out there. I would like to thank some people first, Eric and the Tom Peterson family for keeping the name alive. It means a lot to me that they do that. They do a lot of work and make new merch and stuff like that. This stuff's important to me, so it's just cool to see that it's still out there in the future, even though Tom and Gloria and the store's gone. A little about me first. I am 43 years old as of filming in this video in 2026. I was born in Hood River. I grew up in Hood River, Oregon. I moved to Portland in 2000 and lived there till 2017, and then I moved to Boise, Idaho, where I am now. I grew up watching Portland wrestling with my dad in the late 80s and early 90s, and that's how I even knew about Tom Peterson, since he would sponsor the show. Here's, oh man, is it gonna flip everything backwards? I don't know. It might. If it does, tough luck. But I love Portland wrestling. Beetlejuice was my favorite. And if you don't know, Tom Peterson would sponsored the show. He would be on it sometimes, but they showed the commercials all the time. And staying up till like 10 or 10:30 or whenever the show started on KPTV Channel 12, staying up with my dad to watch wrestling was a special thing. And it just made this like really cool connection. So the Tom Peterson stuff and the Portland wrestling stuff, which I have a collection of that as well. Maybe I'll do a video someday. It basically is just all this great memory of me and my dad, Dad, I know you're gonna watch this. Thank you for being so cool. It's your fault. It's all your fault. All right. So yeah, I collected this stuff for a long time. It's awesome living in Portland. You'd go to yard sales or thrift stores or vintage stores, and you could find this stuff like crazy. I don't know if it's still like that, but it was like that when I lived there. Now, living in Boise, you don't find none of it. And so I randomly buy stuff on eBay or whatever. There's been a couple times I've been wearing this shirt, though, here in Boise, where people at the store will give me the weirdest look and say, oh my God, I haven't thought about Tom Peterson for 30 years. I moved away, when I was a kid, and I haven't seen that forever. And that's a really cool thing. Tom and Gloria really made their mark on Portland, and I think that's really sweet, because they sold furniture and electronics and stuff, but they were unique and different. And that's one thing I love about Portland, is that even the guy with the flat top was a weirdo in his own way. So I have a long history with this stuff, and I collect it because it's cool and fun, and it reminds me of being a kid and reminds me of back home. And so anyway, let's get to it. We're going to start with the first thing the first piece of merch that we ever got is the Tom Peterson wake-up clock. In about 1989, my dad and my uncle Craig went down from Hood River to Portland to get, I don't know what, maybe it was a VCR or furniture or something like that. And then my dad came home with this, and I don't have batteries in it because I want to be safe, but it's the classic wake up clock that you set the alarm and it says, wake up, hey, wake up to a happy day. And I thought it was incredible. And so there were batteries in it. He set it up on the mantelpiece, and in the middle of the night, the alarm went off. And my dad thought that somebody broke into the house because there was a guy talking in the living room. And it scared him to death. And then, when I was in my early 20s, my family does New Year's presents, New Year's Eve presents, and they're always like joke stuff, like a bottle of ketchup or something like that. But my dad gave me this, the alarm clock, and I couldn't believe it. And that is what kind of got me going on collecting the stuff. So that's the first one I ever got. The rest are going to be, for the most part, out of order. Chronologically, for me, another one that's real famous, is the watch. Now I have multiple versions of the watch. Here's, I guess, this smaller, the woman's one. I have the Kurt Cobain one, I guess you can say, the one that Kurt Cobain had on famously. It came with a certificate of is that what it is? Oh, yeah, certificate of authenticity. This is number 161. Well, that's what it says. I bought this separately at that cool Curiosity junk store on Hawthorne. I don't know if it's still there, but I got the certificate separately. But here's the watch. It's super nice, and there's fuzz stuck all over it in the case. There's another watch with no band, the 35th anniversary. I'm not going to pretend like I'm an expert on any of this stuff. I don't know when the 35th anniversary of the store was, but judging by it being Tom and Gloria, I'm guessing it was maybe in the late 80s or early 90s. Because I never really knew Tom Peterson. I knew Tom Peterson a little bit before Gloria was involved in the advertisements. I remember hearing about it, that I think they went out of business. This is the story I heard then. They went out of business or went bankrupt because Tom didn't listen to Gloria, and then to say he was sorry and wrong, she was on the ads and on TV and stuff like that. So that's what I heard. Who knows if it's true? But here's the 35th anniversary watch. I think I have another watch over here somewhere. Yeah, here's another one of the smaller watches, but this one's in the box, in the fancy cardboard brown box. And this is genuine leather too. Isn't that cool? Incredible leather. What else do I have? I have some coffee mugs. Here's the 40th anniversary coffee mug that kind of has like I wonder who drew this. Has like I hope this doesn't turn out backwards. If you ever want pictures of anything, let me know. I'll send you pictures. My email is nickymustard@aol.com. And I'm not kidding, that's my email. So here's like this is 2004? How long was the store open? I guess I remember the one on, was on 82nd and, it was on 82nd, I remember that store. But gosh, I was partying a lot in 2004, so I don't think I was really worried about getting a new couch at the time. What else do we got here? This one's kind of cool. This is from the Oregonian. Gloria Peterson holds a cardboard cutout of her husband, Tom Peterson, whom she urged not to buy stereo superstores. Tom bought the company anyway and now is struggling to keep his original enterprise afloat. This is from, I think, the Oregonian. This is October 27th, 1991. So that's right around the time I think Portland Wrestling was going out of business. I'm pretty sure 90 or 91, I don't remember. but there's Gloria and Tom. This probably ran in the Oregonian. There's some notes on the bottom there. I got that on eBay. The watches I got at a yard sale. I went to this yard sale once. It was incredible. They had the watches sitting there for like $1 a piece. So I got all those. I also got this really killer thermos. Not Tom Peterson, just a cool thermos. And I got a CD by the band Squeeze. Those yard sales like that, you never forget when you just clean up on cool stuff. This one's kind of fun. Too bad there's a big stain on it. It's a postcard, Moonrise over Portland. And it was written to someone named Michael. If you know someone named Michael, this was probably for them. This is, it just says Portland Postcards, number 54, 1987. I don't know where this was sold back in the day. I was too busy in kindergarten at that time, in first grade. The face of Tom Peterson, retailer, fills the evening sky. Like it. That's true, too. That's what Portland looks like. It's amazing. Here's another mug with Tom and Gloria. Here's a 38th anniversary. It's like they did one every year, basically. It's some sort of anniversary. Tom and Gloria, 38 years. That one's cool. I keep push pins in it. Here's the Z100 cassette, the 50th anniversary of the Morning Zoo. It has songs like I Woke Up with a Tom Peterson Haircut by Tom, Dano, and the Zoo. This is the only, I think it's the only version of that song I have. The famous Tom Peterson Haircut song. And I think there's a video too. But it's cool because the tape has Tom's face on it and the Z100 logo. And I remember my cousin Eddie told me about listening to Z100 in the 80s, and I never heard it. This is a cutout from, this says 1966 on the back. Here's an ad for Tom Peterson for the TV, radio, stereo combination, which was $400, which is insane to think about how much. I couldn't afford spending $400 on a TV now. Yeah, this is October 24th, 1966. What was on TV that day? Felony Squad. Ooh, whoa, I've never opened this before. This is cool. Family Affair was on. Man, I like old shows, and the only one I recognize is Peyton Place. But it's from the TV Guide, I guess. And, I think, his daughter. That's really cool. That picture reminds me that she's holding up. I have this. Here's it's a happy birthday from Tom Peterson. This is actually signed. You could see the pen marks, which is cool. So I think have 2 Tom autographs because he signed the certificate of authenticity. And I'm an autograph nerd, so I just love the thought that someone was like, I know what I'll get them for their birthday. Autograph from Tom Peterson. All right. I still got more, believe it or not. And did I say this already? This isn't like some sort of like, look at me, I have a bunch of stuff. I hate when collectors just want to show you like, oh, look at this cool, I bought this stuff. I didn't make it. I just want people to know it's out there. After the bankruptcy, they came back. I don't know if this was initially a button. Someone glued a piece of a magnet on the back. I don't know if it was always supposed to be a magnet, but we're back. Tom and Gloria. This is probably before I'll Be Back. He was sure he would be back from bankruptcy, from buying the Stereo Superstore. And I have one more button. Tom loves me. It's true. Tom does love me. This is really cool. These are really cool. The Tom Peterson. I didn't know that you could rent movies from the store, but you could. Let's get a good look at that. What movie's in it? Deal of the Century. I don't know what that is, but either you could rent them or you got them when you bought a VCR. I don't know, but they come with. Oh, I wish that wasn't rubbed off. But on the tape, there's a sticker. If anyone has stuff you want to get rid of or whatever, get a hold of me, because I could always use more stuff. Okay, here's another ad. I have no idea. What is this from? Oregon's First Family Retailing. I used to know what this was. Oh, I think it's I think it was, they sponsored like some sort of sports or like a high school or college basketball team. I don't know. If I read it, I would have a better idea. This training camp invitees, but it's just an ad that was in. It's just a piece of paper that was in something. Here's a Frisbee I got. This is kind of terrifying looking. The Tom and Gloria image in negative looks really scary, and it's cracked, so it looks like, I don't know, it just looks like an assassination. It's just, I don't know. It's terrifying. I got this at this weird store that was on like Sandy, and it was this, and it just had this taped on it. That's the cool thing. One of the cool things of living in Portland is you can just end up somewhere and they'll just have this stuff out, like these little, like, what do you call that? Embossed? I don't know, but these glasses with another negative image of Tom's face looking creepy. Oh, are you gonna paint your house? There's nothing I hate more than painting in my house. But next time I do it, I could wear the Tom's Trolley hat, painter's hat. I would give anything to go on Tom's Trolley, which was the like car that took you from store to store or something like that. See, I only know this stuff from TV. I can't act like I was there. But once that time machine is finished, that's the first place I'm going to go. Here's the Tom Peterson football. Tom Peterson and Gloria's 2 football. I got this off Craigslist, and they were out on like Marine Drive in Portland, and I drove out there and bought it for like $5. And I thought, we'd small talk for a second with the person who sold it to you, and they wanted nothing to do with me. They were out of there. Look at that. Look at that. You know how cool you'd look out there, just like throwing the old pigskin around, and someone would be like, "Is that Tom Peterson and Gloria 2 on your pigskin?" Oh man. Here, hold on. Look at this. It's the mask. I don't know if this was like in the paper or something. It's got a hole for your nose. The Tom Peterson Halloween mask. I need to make copies of that. Okay, a few more things. Here's the replica coloring book, which is very cool that this got made. And here's the original Tom Peterson's wrestling coloring book. Tom Peterson, like I said, sponsored the Portland wrestling for a long time. I don't know if it was since the 60s. I feel like it was 60s or 70s. So my dad grew up in Hood River as well and watched Portland wrestling with his dad. And I think he said that Tom would go on there and wrestlers would come out and like smash his TVs and stuff like that, which is really cool. But yeah, here's the coloring book of different wrestlers. Ric Flair, who I think wrestled in Portland a couple times. He wasn't really on Portland Wrestling. This is the coolest stuff, though, like the store and video. Oh, there's a VCR in this, so this is later. Is that like, I don't know who that is. It looks like one of the Road Warriors, and I know it's not. But yeah. 90 days, same as cash. Look at all these benefits. No lemons. Tom's 15 happy advantages. So when you're a kid and you're done with coloring appliances and couches and pictures of juiced up wrestlers, and you're bored and you want to learn to read, you can learn how to read by reading Tom's happy advantages. Tom's Trolley is number 14. This is really cool though, because I got, and I don't, this is kind of adjacent, right? But here's a different wrestling coloring book. I think they made a reprint of this one as well, which is cool. But this is earlier because it's got Beauregard in it. So I'm saying like, I'm guessing like early 70s, something like that. Some kid colored it already, kind of unfortunately, but they did a really good job because that looks like a photo. And right there is, what was it? It says ringside, razzed by a ringside referee, but I'm pretty sure that's Ringside Rosie, who was known for kind of like sign guy or Hawaiian shirt guy or whatever from ECW. A fan that was always in the front row, Ringside Rosie. I think it's really cool that they put her in there. And in the year 2000, I lived in Gresham and I worked at the movie theater by Mount Hood Community College. And there was a guy that worked there and he said that was his aunt. And I thought that was really cool. But I was also 18 and didn't really realize how much meth that guy did, so he's probably lying. But yeah, there's, I was at Lonnie Main, I think. These are people that my dad and my uncle will talk about. Dutch Savage, that they remember watching. And this is really cool. Al Madrill. Remember Al Madrill? The first heel that I thought was cool. Snuka, who cares? More Snuka, enough of that. The Shagger and Greg Valentine. Look at the Shagger. that guy shags. And then, yeah, so anyway, it was Tom Peterson related. You just get a little bit on the back. You're not going to be coloring in a couch in that one. Man, I got a lot of crap. Here's one. This is an original. This is a replica. Here's an original. This is the Kissin' Good Guys shirt with Tom on the back. An Anvil XL. This is really cool. I got this in Portland and I couldn't believe it. Here's the tie. And I don't know any story about this, but I'm guessing that they made these for the people who worked at the store, because I don't think you would go home wearing this tie. But look how cool that is. That's like one of my favorite things I have. With Tom and Gloria. I really wish I could have met them. If you met them, please let me know what they were like. Them and Ramblin' Rod and Portland Wrestling and the RM Dietz commercial. Do you remember that? The RM Dietz commercial, Bob the Weather Cat. These are the Portland things I remember from growing up, because we didn't really go to Portland from Hood River really ever. We'd go to the Dalles. And so I only knew Portland from TV. So we didn't have a car that could make it the hour from Hood River to Portland. And so these things are just, I don't know, it's just cool memories of being a little kid. And gosh, I have one thing left. And this is a big one. This is the Tom Peterson Employee Handbook. Isn't that crazy? Look how, and this is, you know, in the period where he had the Stereo Superstore, and the inside, this is like pristine. I don't know if it was even open. It might have been in plastic when I got it, but I had to open it up. And there's, other than that, there's not like a lot of Tom Peterson related stuff on the inside, but isn't that cool? A Tom Peterson Employee Handbook. So you can go like, hey, oh, they don't discriminate. There's the stuff about smoking in there. And there's kooky clip art. So there you go. That's my Tom Peterson collection. If you have anything you want to trade or sell, like I said, nickymustard@aol.com. Please leave comments of your memories of Tom, Gloria, Ramblin' Rod, RM Dietz, Bob the Weather Cat, KPTV Channel 12, any of that stuff. I'd love to hear it. Thank you for watching.